Yeah, here we are, and I believe you are having a very good evening. We welcome you to Family Hour, empowering families one episode at a time. Adrian Austin Mukalazi is my name. Now, talking about families, empowering families, this Saturday, the 29th of June, all roads should be leading to Kololo airstrip. What is there? The first inter-family festival. Now, purpose to be there, the Interreligious Council of Uganda, in partnership with the Global Peace Foundation and the government of Uganda, are at the center of the preparations. And this family festival is under the theme of celebrating family, faith, and freedom under one God for Africa's Renaissance. The event will start at exactly 8 a.m. Now come and enjoy a unique blend of African and local religious music, diverse workshops for youth, families, and leaders, plus arts, food stalls, and health services. There will be a health camp as well. But also, don't forget that His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, is the chief guest, but there are also other guests, past presidents and past cultural and religious leaders from Africa, the youth, the parents, and very many men and women of faith. Now, all religious leaders, young people, fathers, mothers unions, and those who believe in the divine gift of family, you are all invited. Now, this is sponsored by Church of Uganda Family TV. As we enrich your life, it is also important that we build that bond in a family. Now, today is a Monday, and today we are looking at something that is also very, very important, and we are looking at creating a supportive environment for children to share their school challenges, because they go through a lot, and sometimes the parents are too busy, especially the fathers. Now that we are in the month where we celebrate the fathers and where we check ourselves as fathers, what have we done? What haven't we done? What have we done right and what haven't we done right? It is important that we talk about this so that we can have a reflection, even as we are preparing to go and visit our children, to know what to pay attention to and what to leave out. Of course, this comes in a time where the Provincial Fathers Union president has also organized the Model Fathers Week under the theme, Be at Peace with Everyone, extracted from Romans 12:18. Now, here we are with our guest, and someone would say that, why you're talking about fathers and you have a lady? Yes, because at least she can genuinely comment about the fathers and their role, that they have not done, or appreciate what they have done. Join me as we welcome the one, Ellon Kiwumulo, here on the platform. It's a pleasure having you once again.
Yes, it is a pleasure coming again to present.
We are indeed delighted to have you once again, especially as we are discussing fathers.
Yes.
Yeah, we shall see the father in you. There is this common saying, is a mama and the tata. I kindly greet our viewers before we get into our discussion today.
Now, our viewers, I'm very happy to be part of this session today. I enjoy talking about men. I enjoy talking about fathers, and I enjoy celebrating fathers, especially when it comes to this month. This is a month we celebrate fathers. Usually the third week. It's usually, I googled and it's the third week. Usually in the third Sunday in June. Yes, others were 16th. Celebrated 16th June, but generally it's a Father's Month.
But isn't that unfair? The Mother's Day is clearly put on the calendar, and the Father's Day is just anticipated.
Now, fathers and men have a problem. Those things to come on board, and they are well placed. Women have always made noise and struggled. You know, women are so good at pushing what they want, and the world really feels sorry for them. And men just pose with their ego, and they cannot bend low to push. That's why their day is not really well fixed. Yeah?
Okay.
It is their ego. So for the men watching us out there, it is the ego that is, that is making you not perform in many ways because you cannot bargain for your freedom. You know.
You've given us actually a very good foundation for our talk today. You've said the ego, and the ego, when we get into the cultural dimensions, some cultures say that omusajja sajjalata, and so they're not supposed to poke their nose in each and everything. That is a role of a mother. Is that how things should be in this current day parenting?
No, first of all, the phrase omusajja sajjalata is different now. There is a way it is. It would be omusajja tasobya. You see, it's not omuzadde tasobya, omusajja tasobya. That is
always right.
You know, that is always right. Now, it's like the world is not even. You'll find that there are many women talks. Everyone is talking to women. You know, yigaiba kwata omusajja, those things. You know, those things. So everything is like men and children, women and children have to always look at this man.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I usually look at family as a government.
Okay.
With its president as the man, you know, our presidents out there. Yes, we are happy that you are presidents.
John, are you president?
Now it becomes very challenging, whereby we have these women as vice presidents and they are challenging the government. We have these women are just so close to the presidents, and each time they are shaking the government. Okay. So it's becoming very hard. The children are the citizens. You know what happens when we align family well. We have the president, we have the vice president. Yes, then we have the citizens. You realize that now in this system, the citizens are making noise for the president. Because there are things they are feeling, yes, I think this is not good enough for the president. This is not good enough for the president. Martin Luther King once said that, he said that the world stops ending the moment we stop talking about things that matter. Now, it's as if it's normal for fathers to be absent, for fathers not to have time for family, for fathers not to speak in children's lives. That is what it is, as if it's becoming a new normal. Which is
the fathers, as heads, they're busy looking for money to see how they can sustain the family, so that they are not looked at as improvident fathers.
No. Not all of them. You see, some of these fathers have got different families. So it's not only one family. And they're overwhelmed. Because we have family number one, family number two, you see. Now, we cannot say, if I'm in the first family, I cannot say that it's just they're desperately looking for my money, for our money in the first family. Issues are coming in, yes, because he could be looking for money for like 5 families, and yes, he got into all of them. So meaning all of us are now making noise because he's not there for all of us. There is someone I was talking to last week, and she was saying the challenge of parents who are polygamous fathers, the challenge is all of us are children, but the world begins labeling us as step, and yet we all feel we have a uniform entitlement to with our father. So there is a way she was saying that all of us are struggling through to forge out life with this absent father. Now remember, now we need academic results, we need we need results as people in the world. We need, I have to be this and this. A father is very important in building this child. There are things that are going amiss because male voices are not there, and yet we say that male voices matter. We are desperate for the male voices in family. There is something that men don't know about themselves, or there is something that I would tell men. Men have run short of the glory of God, that picture that God created them in. They were created, they were made. For us, we are just people who came out of those men. They were made, you see. They were made, they were molded. That is it. Now, God puts them in that system of authority. And this is what happens. For us women, we are always waiting for men who can speak in our lives, and we bend.
Okay.
And we bend. We just need those voices to come out. Men are becoming lions that don't roar. We are waiting for those voices. I need that kind of man who positions me and they say, yes, Ellon, okay, he's a man with authority over me. For us women, we are attracted to that, and those are men we shall, okay, yes, he's a man. If this woman has a strong character, yes, I need that voice. Likewise, these children need their voices.
With the trend of women emancipation, where women say what a man can do, I can do.
Let me tell you, those emancipated men, those emancipated women need those voices. No woman.
Yes, you look at yourself at an equal level.
No, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling when you're just below this man and he's an authority. It's a good feeling.
Okay.
It is not this emancipation.
It's the feeling inside that I have the feeling inside, but I cannot show it out. So physically we are at the same level, but inside.
Now, see, this is what happens. Naturally, those things that make women very aggressive and what, those are circumstantial.
Okay.
Those are circumstantial. But it's a good feeling when he's your boss and he's like, Ellon, I didn't like the way you did this. I know it is such as, it positions you well in you're well positioned as a woman.
Inside
yes.
the heart.
Yes. Even out, it's okay. Now, these women who have failed to accept that, they are always struggling with men. They are always in struggles. You can, what does the Bible say? I'll speak this in Luganda. Okwekomba kwa mukazi kunavanga eri mwami we era namufuganga. You see? Tosobola kufuga mufuzi.
But that is what is happening today.
No.
And somehow I believe that is why men are giving up, are giving you space and saying, okay, we can't have two lions at home. Be a lion, I be a lion. We take different paths.
Now, I'll ask you, are those women happy who are taking that trend?
I've not interacted with them.
They are not. They are struggling. You cannot struggle with this. A man will do it all to put you down if he wishes.
Okay.
He can do it. He can just choose to go out of that home and he leaves you there. That is a countermeasure. He can decide to go and booze. Then he comes back in the night at 3 and he knocks and makes noise around. And remember, women fear public opinion. You see? That alone is a countermeasure. If you decide,
coming back at 3 alone is a countermeasure. Then the neighbors will hear him come back at 3.
Torture you. This person can do whatever it takes to torture you. He'll come in the home. You see, you want to show that you have the money and you want to do everything. Yes, he'll deliberately refuse to bring money for anything. And he'll tell you, but you want to be the boss. You contribute. That alone is a torture. So this man can do anything to put you down. People with sente za chikazi will only be useful if you're a single parent. It will help you.
But where is that chikazi? Where is she found? Because I believe men are seriously looking for that chikazi.
That chikazi is disturbing men. But this is what, of course, now this is a little off the education part or the parenting. But this is it. That money, sente za chikazi will only be your money, and you'll make things out of that money in case you're not married, in case you're a single. But if you're married, God believes in partnership. You'll go mileages because you're presenting this money or you're working out this money in partnership with your husband.
How about if the woman starts the sente chikazi, the man also starts sente chisajja, so that we also create a chisajja somewhere?
No, men cannot do that.
Hey.
No, men cannot sustain that. Actually, men's money is for us. For the fathers out there, thank you. Thank you. I'm appreciating fathers.
Men's money is for us, yet the woman's money is for me.
You see? Men one of the things that give men pride in the world is giving their wives money and their children money so they can never have their money.
What gives the woman pride with their money?
Women are selfish. I hate it. I hate women who only think about the man's money alone. Okay. If this man is giving us all the money for the children, I think it's important we also give back to him. Buy him a shirt, buy him a deodorant, buy him a suit. Yes, it's also a good feeling. But it's wrong when all the money that I have as a woman is for me alone, and yet whatever this man gets is for us. But men, this is a Father's Month. There is something I like about men. Yes, they are struggling. We are saying that they've exchanged roles. We've exchanged roles. They're not playing their part. Yes, that is there. But men also feel so proud when they are providing for their children, when they are providing for their women. And when things are not working out well, that's why they pretend to be arrogant. But inside them, they are hurting. So for those men who have kept that position and you've struggled through years, we are here to celebrate you during this Father's Month.
A hand clap. So we actually are focused now are the citizens. We've talked about the president and the vice president. Now, when the two each has played their role, what makes of the citizens?
Now, the citizens, most of the citizens are complaining. I told you I'm a teacher, and I work with citizens. I've worked with citizens for the last 20 years.
20? Am I allowed to ask how old you are on air?
With women, our things.
Okay.
And we get at a certain level where we stop celebrating birthdays, or whether birthdays have to be now like 35, you end there. Now for me, if I say that my birthday is 30 years, I fit there. If I say 35 is a constant, I can also fit there. Yes, but the fact is, I've worked with citizens for the last 20 years.
Okay.
Yes, now... Citizens are complaining about the fathers. Father, daddy comes late, daddy. And when it comes to a family whereby the vice president needs votes, he's going to blackmail the president.
So that is bribery. You bribe the citizens to vote in your favor.
They are voting in my favor because they're taking advantage of your what? Of your absence. They are taking advantage. Do you know that there are presidents who have given vice presidents money to pay fees, and the vice president cannot even declare that, my daughter, it is daddy, it is the president who gave me the money to. There are many women who have done that. They never disclose that it's daddy who has paid this fees. And this and this.
Of course, they want to take the credit.
But at the end of the day, of course, yes, as we said, family is a political ground. They take on the credit, yes. But at a certain point, yes, the man feels left out. Many men are aging and they are hurting. How could I do all this and this and these children are not on my side? It is because the vice president took time and filled the gap and decampaigned you. So I'm here to call upon our fathers, to call upon our men, to call upon the presidents. Please tight mark your positions. I like the way President Museveni does it. We are having him on the 29th.
Yes.
I like the way he does it. He doesn't underestimate an opponent in this project.
Exactly.
Now look at the time when Bobby Wine came in posing, that ghetto president. He came in posing as a youth. Because this guy is tight marking the position. What did he do? He also began making press-ups to show that Nagin Shaliko.
At one time, you also gave us a song. I add you another rap. Yes, Sebo.
He knows politics. He knows, I like the way he tight marks his position. He doesn't underestimate any opponent. Now here, as a man in the house, this is your opponent. How come you give all this opponent all the time and the whole year you're not in the house?
And the freedom.
And the president and the vice president is there. She's going to take you over. And what will you say? During old age, You want this person to be around. You've kept all the time working for the family. And yes, all the citizens need is your presence. But it becomes very hard when this president has played his part very well. It becomes very hard when people are divorcing. I wonder whether you saw on TikTok a certain guy. They were separating, and when they went to court to see who takes the children, and the children ran away from mommy, and they decided to move with daddy. He has done his presidential role very well. And in case you're moving out of this home, assuming for the people who are divorcing, never decampaign a father who has been there. Because these children will tell you clearly, for me, I want daddy. Children have known that daddy is a superhero. Whether, surprisingly, whether he's there or not. Children have the detail of dad. And they will say, mommy, those people's daddy comes back usually, but ours never comes back. Where is he? Men have not realized the role, how important they are to us as children, and how important they are to us as women. They underestimate their value. So this child will keep in that. Look at young children. In most cases, even when this child is around 2-3 weeks and daddy came in the house and knocked, when this child is sleeping, that child will shake or will make noise.
Doctors say if a woman is pregnant and they hear the dad's voice, the unborn baby smiles from inside.
It may not smile, yes, but he will shake. That shaking will come in. Now, this is what, fathers have not realized how important they are to the world and to us.
Let us look at building trust and rapport. Because, like you've said, that the vice president, the mother, can at one point decampaign you.
Yes.
And it takes all the favor, takes all the so the children, all they know about this child, about what the children know about parenting is the mother. It's only them, even when the father is around. But how can the father now retract the trust and the rapport that wasn't there, maybe, or if it has not yet happened to them, how can they build it?
Now, here we are cheating. I'm cheating for you, fathers. To learn the politics of this family. I'm cheating for you. There is this kind of father who's not usually providing anything in the house. But the moment he gets in the house, he comes with sweets. How? 5 sweets or 10 sweets are at 1,000 shillings. This is a poor dad, I would say. He comes with 10 sweets. Then when he comes in the house, oh my girl, my boy, you'll see these children running. Oh my girl, they are responding to, have this sweet. And when this child is complaining, they've beaten me, he comes running to daddy. Yeah? Daddies, you learn these techniques. And when he comes to daddy, he says, who is that one disturbing my child? My girl, you come here. Yeah? Now, those words, that is the best campaign. Any woman will never decampaign.
Really?
That is the kind of campaign. Any woman will never decampaign.
Let's take a short commercial break. When we return, we are continuing with a lot more that you need to know about today's discussion. Please stick with us. Welcome back from the break. I mean, there is a lot. This table I am on is really very, very hot. There are spears coming from transmission, from the producer, and now very hot. But here we are discussing support for our children. And we are looking at the two parents. If one is available, then they'll take up the other's responsibility and share and fame and all that and favor, and then the other will complain. Abana, never take a sente. I mean, we had a very disturbing story. I don't know whether this is the right time to bring it in. About a certain gentleman, old man, who was saying, I paid for you. I paid for your fees up to the university. You graduated. Even when you were buying this shop, you came to me and I gave you 12 million. Just here in Chiembe. I gave you 12 million to buy it on goodwill. But I'm now sick, suffering from cancer, and you're only supporting your wife. You don't mind about me. Instead of taking me to hospital to treat me, you're buying for your wife a car. So now people are on social media. People were saying that the wife bewitched the man. I mean, a lot of things were being said. But where does this all come from? The man has played his part. He has even given this young man startup capital. But why can't a man at least think about that and take the dad to the hospital?
Now, the other time when we were talking about families, children, parenting, we said that parenting is not for cowards. Mm-hmm. That is one thing. Then we also talked about a statement that says that the more you able children is the more you disable them. When we look at the Bible, we are looking at what you reap what you sow. But parents have not given children chance to reap what they are sowing. Children are on the receiving end. I told you some time back that children, they expect love, they expect care, they expect comfort, they expect clothing, they expect shelter, and everything to the best. One of the techniques I've used that has helped me be successful, that has helped me in the house. Yes, if I care for you, you have to care for me back. Now for me, I told you I'm a tough
lover.
I'm a tough lover.
I can never forget that.
Yes, but I've seen results.
Okay.
Now people are attentive that, okay, Mom is back. Today who is taking care of the shoes? Me. Today who is taking, what are you going to put on tomorrow, Mommy? You say, now they are learning to share. You're learning to become partners in this project. You're learning to, because it is one thing to parent. It's one thing to a parent. It's also another one to belong together, and it's also another to bond. You see?
We were carrying out some survey. I was working with some organization, and we were carrying out some survey in schools, a few schools, selected schools. They were picking one school, one traditional school in every region, and we realized that especially the girls are going through a lot of issues, some of which are sexual harassment. I mean, a lot. Unfortunately, they are afraid. They don't know who to share this with. If they think of sharing with the teacher, what if the teacher uses them as an example, or the teacher discusses in the staff room that, do you know so-and-so is staying with a stepdad who is using who is using her, or yet when they go back home, she can't share with the mother that the stepdad is using her, and the mother. So she's like, what will the mother say? I mean, what will be my fate after this incident? So there is a lot, but let's look at active listening and how parents can. This is just one example, but there's a lot that students are harboring in their hearts. We were talking about this child who committed suicide, and I was telling people that it is the combination issue that was brought in light, and that is what we can debate on. But probably she died before exposing a lot more in her heart. That is, a lot that she never shared with was only triggered by this combination issue to commit suicide. And you realize that there is a problem with active listening. So how can parents adopt active listening, and why is it really important that parents adopt active listening?
Okay, now, before we get onto there, you've talked that many girls you did the research, and many girls
Yes.
have issues they're not sharing.
Yes.
About. Now, I want to bring this to the attention of the nation or of the world, that boy children are equally vulnerable.
Of course, I just gave an example
Yes.
of girls, but the boys also have their own issues,
Yes.
and very many.
Boys have issues, and actually what is disturbing us up to today is the boy child, who has always been given that space. Now, boy children are the men who are marrying us. Time comes and they don't know how to forge out a system of being parents. Why? Because we raise them thinking that they know it all, and we concentrate on the girl child. Now, when it comes to active listening, like you said, you realize that the whole society and family members will probably even listen more to the girl child
Yes.
compared to the boy child. But
You say the girl is more vulnerable.
the boy is equally vulnerable. The boy is equally vulnerable because it's been many decades when we are not talking about the boy. We think men are men and they'll forge their way out.
Now, this is the problem with culture. Our culture says a man is strong. A man cannot cry. A man is supposed to be strong. So even when they are hurting inside, the face should keep smiling.
Now, when we talk about mental health issues, most of the mental health issues that are affecting the family are coming from men. Why? Because they're not supposed to break. For us as psychologists, we say breaking is a strength. You know, it doesn't declare you weak, but you're strong, because this is where the solution line will come in, because you've declared you're not well. Now, because most men are not supposed to break, instead of breaking and showing they're dying, they'll put that baggage on the woman. The woman will put the baggage on the what? On the men. On the what? On the children.
The children.
So there is that kind of suffering we have, and one damaged man or one damaged boy can affect 50 women. You know, can affect 100 of us. You see, this is why it's important to address issues to do with the boy child and men. Only one vulnerable man will go have children with so and so, cheat this one, men, so that's why it's important. Now,
at one time, the Archbishop said that parents have spent a lot of time preparing the girls.
Yes.
Preparing them for boys who are not prepared.
Prepared, yes.
So at the end of the day, your prepared girl is going to get married to this boy who is not prepared.
Yes.
And now which kind of family will that be?
Yes, will that be? Now here we are looking at active listening.
Yes.
Active listening cannot be done in the future. We cannot listen to children in the future, but we begin now. Even when they are young, they have their issues. We usually move to international schools for school outreach and what, and this is what happens. Children are desperate. All they need is a dad. Dad has bought them an iPhone, they have a car, and they say, for me, what I want is a father. What I want is a mother. Active listening, you see. Always spare time. We are saying that we don't have time as parents. We are busy, yes. But purpose, it can be once in a week. There is something I used to do. I enjoy talking about parenting because I keep saying I've been one of the worst parents. Yeah? After learning, I would spare a certain hour once a week that today, we are going to talk our things. You see? Today we are going to talk our things. Because I was this kind of parent who was very, very busy to pay attention to children, and I realized they were hurting. Because I also had issues, you see? I had very big issues and I could not contain. So my children were suffering. Now, till I had to now purpose and say, yes, I need to pay attention to these children. So we created that moment, a family moment, once a week. And it would be like, come and we talk our things. Now, what happened was, these people mastered that time when we talk our things. So each time I would come, I call them. They run away from the rest of the people, and we sit somewhere and we talk our things. And we talk our things. Here, this is where they report. Because if we purpose to say that we have our children, we no longer have all the time for children, but we should create quality time. We should create quality time. And during this time, this is when you'll hear them, But mommy, this one is mean. This one spoke to me when he's rude, You're not supposed to be rude. Yes, but mommy, this one doesn't care about me, and yet he's the elder. Yes, he's the elder. You're the young one. Do you also care about him? Because you care for him he cares for you as you also care for her.
But since they're the oldest, they're supposed to protect the young one.
No, these children who are young are manipulative. They're on the receiving end of care.
Those are the privileges.
No.
They're supposed to
this
get.
This is what used to happen. My girl used to tell me, "Choka mami, ye Grace itanfako atenga ye mukulu." Nemugamba gwanga nawe rachito mufako. Now these are things that you can never have time for if you're not in these people's lives now. You tell them now mufako kubanga munno, and you build them in such a system. We've seen sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry is real. And their values you build. Always defend your sister, always defend your mother, always defend your sister, defend your brother, defend. Learn to appreciate that this one is better in this one is, now all that is active parenting, active listening. Well, actually, when you're in their lives, you learn the strength of each one. Do you know that most of the parents are not even aware of the strength that children have? Most of us are too busy. And we are missing out. Children are very interesting. For the parents, for the fathers. I keep sympathizing with fathers. Children are very interesting. Listening to them and enjoying them, you realize, okay, they can share this. You realize they have this vibe. You realize, you see?
Someone would say their thing is boring, and so it is the mothers that can accommodate.
The what? The parenting?
No, I mean, sitting there, listening to their issues. Some issues are boring. So maybe the mothers are tolerant enough because of their natural attributes, so they can sit and listen. Now,
you people, you're missing out on something. You're missing out on something. Children are so interesting at every stage. There is that time when they're really challenging. They're challenging you in some. Once you purpose, you enjoy it and you begin missing them. They also begin missing you. Now tell me, if this child is, if you're old on deathbed, just tell me, will this child fail to come and spare time for you? It is not about fetching your man and putting it and giving it to the child. Whom are you working for? You're working for a person who you even don't know. You just get the money.
We assume that the mother is doing that.
No. We said family is a political ground. The winner will take it all. This is a political ground. Make sure you're also somewhere. You may choose certain catchwords. Oh, my girl, my lovely girl. Let only that one. Let this girl have the confidence that how my father addresses me. He addresses me that my girl, my girl. Only that.
But isn't it possible that you can do all that, and then at the end of the day, still the child comes out with no interest in you and all you do?
Now, this is what we do. When we were studying psychology, a lecturer taught this. He said that, yes, after doing it all and exhausting it, it's not a guarantee that we shall have the perfect child. But we shall know that I did it all. And you won't have that guilt. It is wrong when time comes and you're saying, how I wish I knew this. How I wish I had done this. How I wish I had done this to this child. How you exhaust. When it comes to caning this child and you feel it is the solution, cane. When it comes to denying them something, please do. Such that when time comes and this child is not making it to the way you want, you say, but I tried my best and I did it all. You'll be better off there. But if
better off with your own consolation,
with your conscience clear that I did my best.
But you're just consoling yourself. Yes, your conscience is clear, but you're just consoling yourself that I did my best. But the best you did, the time and money you invested in someone, is not reflected anywhere.
Now, let me tell you something. When things are so much on your table and you're not working them out, I still encourage parents. Good enough, this is a family TV. Yes. There are things that have to go to the spiritual office. That is no longer how much time you give this child. It's no longer about that. But now the spiritual office can help us identify, is this a generational curse? Is this, to dig out that. There is a parent who amused me, or a parent I felt sorry for one time, and she was saying, I've done everything for this boy, and the boy has failed to be in line. And yes, I cannot, I do parenting, I cannot manage looking at my child in this kind of situation because I'm failing as a parent. Now, I would rather take him to the army. And they promised her that in the army, things won't be very nice. This boy may die there. And this is what the lady said. If the boy dies in the army because of the harsh training, at least I'll bury a hero than burying someone who is going to damage the whole of my life and the rest of the children. So parents are battling out there. Now, when these issues are so much on your table, please refer to the spiritual office. Go to people who can help you identify let's do spiritual mapping. How did this come in? And actually, this is why we now thank pastors a lot. They're doing a great job. Pastors, religious leaders, they're doing a very big role to help us direction or redirect our parenting systems.
I was checking for this soft copy of a book that I was trying to read called Praying Circles Around Your Children. And when you talked about getting to the now, taking it spiritual and praying, how important is a parent's prayer?
There is something that I've tried out and it's helping me. Each time I'm with the children and they're supposed to go away, they're going to school. Yes.
Am I supposed to pray loudly as they're hearing what I'm praying for them? Should it be a silent prayer that I kneel down on the bed and I whisper to God? I mean, how should that prayer be?
I would say that the most practical prayer that has helped me, when they are going to school, I'll call one by one, kneel for a blessing. First of all, I bless them. Then after, I begin praying. Lord, I pray for this boy's friends. I pray for discipline. Now, all the words you want, parents and fathers especially, because, fathers, we are now grabbing, this is a Father's Month, and we are having these things directed to fathers. Now, all the things you don't want this boy to engage, this girl to engage. Lord God, give this child good friends, those ones who are not drug addicts. Prevent him from having good friends around him. Give him good company. Now, whatever. Let him have the best discipline. Now, because this child had the prayer, it is two-way. It is counseling, it is prayer. Yeah? And when he gets to school and he finds drug addicts, he says, my father prayed for me not to be. He'll be guilty to indulge in those things that you prayed for. Okay. So that is also something that has really helped. Now, when they learn that, now when they're going to school, it is no longer you calling them, Mommy, I need a blessing. Mommy, I need a blessing. Now, Now, if you're in that blessing system all the time, they say, but this is what mommy prayed for this, mommy prayed for a blessing, daddy prayed for a blessing. How can I disappoint them? They also have that guilt. So in a way, you're getting, when they feel you wish them well, do you realize that most parents even don't have time to show children that they wish them well?
The fact that I pay your fees on time, I give you pocket money, I wish you well, I'm preparing for a brighter future.
It is beyond that. After giving all those things for the prom, those things for, the big pocket money. Yes. In this prayer, God created prayer in a strange way. It makes magic. So you just tell them, Lord God, I have given in all the pocket money to this child. I love this child very much, but Lord, I need your help. Protect my child from this. Now this is the very special moment that this child, even after putting money everywhere, this will be one of the special moments this child needs. And this is one of the special moments. When it comes to a father, it will be a very golden opportunity, and this child will always keep.
Now, this perhaps will be the last thing I would ask on this subject. You, the psychologists, tell us from a study of Oedipus the king that now boys are so much attached to their mothers and girls are so much attached to their fathers. Can all this that you've talked about rule out that psychological phenomenon?
That?
Boys are so much attached to the to the mothers, and the girls are so much attached to the fathers. Whether present, at least the brief hours they're around, the girl will at least use them effectively with their dad. So all that you've talked about, and even when a father is available all the time in this boy's life, will it take away this psychological phenomenon that a boy will still be attached to the mother?
Now, like Paul's repel, and unlike Paul's attract. So that is a natural thing. Fathers getting attracted to mothers and those things, yes. But even then, much as I'm a mother and I'm attracted to this boy child, when he's not working out things right, I won't be happy. When this girl is attached to the father, if still she's not working out right things, still the dad won't be happy, and that repelling will come in. That is one thing. On the other hand, what we are supposed to know is we do our best and leave the rest to God. But if we only putting the psychology aside, putting that psychology you've talked about aside, the bonding is key. Your presence is key. Whether you're a man, whether you're a male or a female, but a child needs you as a parent, and they need you to bond with them. Putting those factors constant, that whether a girl is attached to them, no. Whoever now is present and actively present and doing what they're supposed to do, yes, that's their need. That's what those children will always need, and that's what they'll refer to, and that's what will give them confidence in life.
What about if both of you are present and sharing everything equally? Will there be equal what? I mean, will they abide in you equally?
Yes, they can, because much as we said, family is a political ground. You've ceased the politics, and now you're working in partnership.
Give us your parting shots as we plan to leave this place.
If you work in partnership and these children don't see gaps in your in partnership, when you're handling things as a group, yes, these children will be balanced.
Okay.
They'll grow up as balanced children. Yes, as I end, Ellon Kiwumulo, Family Comfort Foundation. If you need school outreach, parenting talks, yes, we do that. And my number is 0772 39 14 52.
Please read the number again. There might be a father out there who needs another touch or another dose. Probably we've not addressed their concern. You know, people always have concerns. So have issues. They're like, oh, yotamanyi changi tachogedde nako. I mean,
okay. Now, yes, I love parenting, and it's one topic that really excites me, because I told you I've once been a poor parenter. My number is 0772 39 14 52.
Thank you so much, Ellon. We really appreciate, and we are grateful that our audience and our viewer out there can tap into your experience and your professionalism, to help their lives and their families be better. Thank you so much. We really appreciate for this time you put in. We are grateful. And to our viewer, all we can say is thank you, thank you, thank you. Before we go to rest, it's important that now that we've talked about parenting, the family is key, and because the family is key, we need to get back to our roots as African parents. That is why the Interreligious Council of Uganda, in partnership with the government of Uganda and the Global Peace Foundation, have the first Interfamily Festival happening on the 29th, this week on Saturday, at Kololo Independence Ground. So please endeavor to be part of this event. Entrance is free from 8 a.m. till I've been reminded that food is provided. So please don't worry about what you will eat. Yeah, food is there. Everything is there. There is a health camp. I mean, there are a lot of things that you will have no. There are people who are going to testify, people who have been in marriages for over 50 years. They'll come and testify, including our president, because he's one of the people celebrating 50 years in marriage. Thank you so much for watching. Adrian Austin Mukalazi is my name. We meet again tomorrow as we discuss health. I've worked with Jonah Jal, Owakabi, Mumza in transmission, and very many other people out there that you never see, but are the efforts behind this image that you are watching. Please endeavor to watch Soul Moment before you sleep.